Welcome to Fish and Snacks, the podcast that teaches you all about what's going on in sports, in life, and in Hollywood. And now, how about a nice round of applause for Eric Fish Snyder and Brad Snacks Grunberg.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. Give me the oh yeah.
Yes, yes. Oh, we're back for number 11, I believe, correct?
Yeah. And the people have spoken through emails and a lot of emails, and they say, Fish, we've followed you guys since your last podcast. And the best thing about your podcast are you and Snacks. So
Are
we
you
have
what?
great guests, and we don't want to sit there and belittle any of the guests we've ever had because they make the show. But we're going to give you some of us because we go at it. Our banter is not always, it's argumentative. We don't always agree on everything. And honestly, audience, you're right. A guest could slow you down. We don't know what they're going to say. It's unscripted. You agree, Brad?
I do. But again, it's a facet of our show. That's what it is, But I definitely agree with you. It's, I think people tune in for us, We argue, we talk, we tell stories. But again, the guest sometimes is a loose cannon because maybe they've never done a podcast before. But all of them have brought something special to the game for us. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, there's been a running thing because of all the things you've done this business for the past 30, 35 years. And we're efforting to get the dating game you did. Elaine Joyce hosted it. I don't even want to do a precursor to it because it's so great. I just want to show it when we do the show. But Brad did a show very popular back in the 80s called Love Connection. And every once in a while, you'll get a comment on the show he did in 1987. Check out this comment that some schmuck wrote.
Okay, I want to say.
Now there's Brad. Look how handsome. That's Brad. Read it. But can you read it? I know what it says. I memorized it.
Oh, yeah, you read it. I can't see it.
It says, let me guess. Brad is still single to this day.
I love that. I saw that. That was phenomenal. Yeah. Yes, I am. And I'm happy. And what about you? I guarantee you he's in a miserable relationship or something's going. So he takes it out on me. Yeah. Who cares? Single. If I'm making you laugh, that's all I count.
And when you watch that episode, and how do you effort that? Can you get it on YouTube, which we're so valiantly on? How could someone effort that episode? Because
maybe
you're back and forth with Chuck Woolery, I laugh. I can't get through without laughing. It's that brilliant. So I think it's a testament to you. You don't have to go at the guy. The fact there's still comments that somehow he saw this. So he saw it somewhere. Yeah. So I want our audience to see it.
No, I'm glad he said it because at least they're talking about me, right? I brought something. I pushed some button, which is good. That's what an actor does. He pushes buttons.
We're going to do a lot of sports to start the show out because we have a lot of topics to get to today. And there is a big sports story that broke yesterday. It's mind-boggling that the Dallas Cowboys could trade not only the top defensive player in the league, in my opinion, the top 10 player in the league. Micah Parsons gets traded to the Green Bay Packers, who are already right. Brad said to me in a private text, they're a rival. What the fuck are they doing? For 2 first-round draft picks and Kenny Clark, a defensive tackle. I don't know what Dallas is doing, but a bigger story broke the day before that. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift announced their engagement, Brad. I want you to hear me out on this. And they're going to have this lavish affair in the offseason. They want to rival what Princess Diana and Prince Charles did in 1981. You and I saw. I didn't see it. I refused to watch that then. I won't be watching this. But Brad Snatch Grunberg, the guy never stops. He doesn't take naps, doesn't sleep. He found the real reason why they're getting married. I got a photo. Okay, that's because right there. He goes, that's what Travis is going to be doing when the season starts, okay? Because the Raiders are going to kick their ass, and they have to get married to take the lymph out of him getting married. So that's it.
Oh, was that a bit? What was that? Was that funny?
What's that?
Never mind. Yeah, listen, it is what it is. These reality shows, they're all scripted. They can't just turn on the cameras and let things go. No, of course, Travis and Oh, and he got engaged right before the season. Hello, some more people come. Taylor, the Swifties come and watch the game, and all that stuff. So, and they're crying. I was crying too.
He's crying because the Raiders are going to kick their ass. But here's another reason.
No, I love the Raiders.
Here's another reason. Here's another reason why they're getting married because again, our crack reporter Snatch Grunberg found this photo.
Oh my God! That's good.
Look at the redneck Travis Kelsey and Taylor Swift, and again, we know who's going to be the man in that relationship. Absolutely. And look who's carrying the baby.
Of course, Travis will be Taylor's bitch, and she will make all the decisions. But listen, if they're happy, healthy, that's all that counts. That's their relationship. It's very tough to date a superstar. I mean, you share your wife with, millions of people around the world, really, and I heard she is really a wonderful person. I have friends that know her. Tony Orlando's dad. John Orlando's dad, Tony, knows the father very well, and he just came through a serious heart surgery. But you know what? Your health is your wealth. We keep saying it on every show. Think about it. Pauly Shore, the comedian, Mitzi Shore, the Comedy Store, Sammy Shore and Mitzi Shore started the Comedy Store. It's been there for 100 years. He got out of Cedars, and he was talking about having a body scan. And he had a body scan. There was a tumor in his pancreas or something. And he started crying outside. He just said, "You get a scan, do this." And Paulie was all the weasel. He didn't care about anything. He partied, had a good time, but it's a different time now. He's older, and it really hit him hard, and hit other people hard. The one important thing is, Fish, you back me up on this. Don't not go to the doctor when you think you're not sick. Go for checkups. Be preventative, because Paulie was living his life, and all of a sudden something hurt him. He goes in, and he has a major surgery to remove this tumor, which was benign, thank God. Okay, and he's going to be okay. But again, you never know. One day, and then the next day, your life changes forever. So please don't sweat the small stuff. Get your checkups and just smile.
That's Dr. Oz Grunberg here on Fish and Snacks. Now, good for Kelsey, because Kelsey tamed that woman. That woman has a history. My wife's addicted to People magazine, and before she met Kelsey, she's with this guy, John Mayer, DiCaprio, Ryan Gosling, this, that, and they're going to settle down. They're going to have that fairy tale America. They're going to be the American couple that rivals, something that the British tabloids always pick up. That's great. But we have our own football team here at Fish and Snacks, and we're celebrating that mustache and that handsome devil next to me. It's Tommy Salami. That's his porn stash. It's really coming in. So we got Brad. We got Brad in his football uniform. Check this out with the mustache.
There I am.
Yeah, I got 56. Him. That's Brad, AI Brad with the mustache, number 56, Lawrence Taylor. You like that?
Yeah, I like that. I don't know about is that Dick Butkus? Who's 56?
Lawrence Taylor.
Oh, oh my God.
Lawrence Taylor, the greatest linebacker of all time.
New York Giants, the greatest. Right. Right or left end. He'd come around and clean your clock if you were the quarterback.
Yeah, he was so crazy. He had that great line. You ever watch some old NFL films? He had that great line. You hear him say on the side, "We're going to go out there. We're going to kick ass like crazy dogs. You better hope I never get my motherfucking face on your face in the field." And it's all over. They bleep out the expletives when you see them singing.
That's how people
talk.
I'm
not bleeping it up. When you see the stadium, you go to the stadium, they bleep it out, but don't bleep it out. So
that's how people talk today. That's how they talk.
Well, you can't do that in the stadium. You can't do that. There's kids.
Listen to me. People don't want the bleeping. But I understand to a certain degree you got to bleep, but that's how people talk.
Yeah.
That's why we're a fully transparent show, and we do what we do.
Let's talk some sports. Let's first plug. Yeah. I told my bosses I'd do this. Here we go, baby. Shucks Tavern football kickoff party, Thursday, September 4th at 5 p.m. Listen to this, Brad. Fly in, passing out cheesesteaks and crab season fries in honor of the world champion Philadelphia Eagles. We're opening up at Chuck's. We are a restaurant. Brad said it. We are a great sports tavern to watch any game that you can, and it's going to blow out. And the NFL starts in 6 days. Come out to Shucks and hang out with
Oh,
Jeremy and Josh and Nikki.
yeah.
They're going to be the host and hostess of this great affair. And
Oh, you're not going to be there?
no, I got taken. I'm going to watch a game at home and go to sleep. I got to work that. I got to follow
oh, that's
them.
how you work. Yeah. Well, it's good that you are not part of that because it's going to be very successful. Very successful.
Right. So,
No, yeah. Hey, Shucks Tavern is one of the best places I've ever been to, all over the country. I've been to a lot of sports bars, New York, Chicago, West Hollywood. I went to one with my buddy. So good, but the food is paramount. I mean, that's why people go. Enjoy a nice meal and watch your favorite team. And Chuck's, except for the graveyard bartender, everything is great there. Fantastic. The people, the characters that come and sit at the bar, Fish, are unbelievable. I've learned a lot of things about a lot of people just hanging out with you at the graveyard at Chuck's Tavern. Make sure you make this party. Was it the 14th of September?
the 4th.
Oh, the
That's when
4th of
starts.
September.
Yeah.
And let me ask you, who are they playing?
Philadelphia Eagles take on the Dallas Cowboys. Minus Micah Parsons. It could be a complete.
Can we talk about that for a minute? What in the world is Jerry Jones thinking? He hasn't won anything in 25 years, and I love Dax. I love the receivers. I love the team. It's America's team. But this idiot, who is he listening to? He's old.
Himself.
I know. That's the problem. And whatever. I think they went from over 8 games to win to under 6 or 6. The number went from 8 to 6 when they traded Parsons. Parsons is the only guy to have 12.5 sacks. Reggie White was the other one.
In first 5 seasons, absolutely. The Raiders did the same shit. The Raiders, when they traded Khalil Mack after 3 great years and a defensive player of the year, traded him for the same trick, 2 number ones. Those draft picks never amounted to anything. So what Jerry says, well, we're building for the future. Jerry, you're 84. You're now, and Brad's right. You haven't made a championship game in 30 years. All right.
Yep.
Championship game. You made the playoffs, and you're the Dallas Cowboys. Allegedly America's team. There's some pundits that say, okay, he's building for the future. To me, every year the future is now.
Yeah.
All right.
Exactly.
The Golden State Warriors, who start training camp soon, don't know who's going to be on their team this year. They definitely don't know who's going to be on their team next year. And injuries are such a big part, and this and that, and drama, and a guy has to leave the team because his wife's sick. It just don't know what's going to happen.
Injuries,
it's life.
Everything. Yeah, everything happens. But if you're going to watch football, watch it at Chuck's Tavern. And it's pretty easy to get. It's on North Durango, correct, Amundo?
7155 North Durango. And we're looking forward to having you out there. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I mean, this is the time of year. Football is so tantamount to bar business, and in a time when there could be a lull in some of these establishments, people go out and watch football games, and it's a good fun time.
Yeah.
When college starts in earnest tomorrow, Saturday.
Earnest. What does that mean? Earnest. Is that
in earnest? It starts like we're going to give you a full slate, and it starts with Texas Longhorns and the Ohio State Buckeyes, 9:00 on the West Coast, Fox, baby. All right. So that it's a great time of the year. Baseball is going. So I want to do a drum roll.
Ooh. Nice special effects.
Right, and I want to go to a couple of things sports wise. I'm going to go first. What is Brad's been watching sports. We talk about this. It's Dad and him sit there and watch Dodger games all the time. I'm going to give you my favorite sports moment in my life, and I have a video. So I produced the show. Brad might not, but I'm going to go first. I'll give Brad a chance to think about it. And then the next topic is going to be, I have a way to bring back baseball and make it more popular again, Brad, so people watch. But here's my favorite sports moment.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes! Unbelievable.
Oh my gosh.
The Miracle on Ice, everybody. February of 1980. I don't think Brad was born yet, but I could still recall that game and that moment and know where I was. It's almost like people say where they were when, unfortunately, when President Kennedy was assassinated or something. You know where you were when the Twin Towers went down, God forbid.
Yeah.
Those are bad moments. I knew where I was. I was at the University of Texas in my dorm watching some friends. Where were you when that moment happened?
My mom was giving me a bath.
And she said, and she looked at your penis and says, "Do you believe in miracles?" Yes.
How did you know that happened?
Because I'm a funny guy. You're funnier.
You're hilarious. Yeah. No, mine is a little different. When I was 12 years old, I was a huge UCLA basketball fan. Okay. And I was a huge USC football fan. And I remember the USC Trojans playing the Notre Dame football team, and they were losing at halftime, USC, and the kickoff went to Anthony Davis. Okay, Anthony Davis in the Coliseum went 100 yards to pay dirt, and it was so people were screaming. And that changed the complexity of the game. USC ended up winning that game, but I am telling you, it was so exciting. I was at home watching this, and I'm going. And I've seen Anthony Davis around LA. Last time I saw him, he was going into a 7-Eleven. I go, "Anthony Davis, you're my number one running back of all time for USC in college." And he was like, no one even recognized him, but I did. And he's such a nice guy, still a nice guy, still looks great. He's still in shape. And that's my moment, And there's been moments, anything to do with the Golden State Warriors, anything to do, great Max Sendejas was our field goal kicker.
Sure, yeah.
He's still a dear friend. He hit a winning kickoff, a winning field goal against UCLA. Prime time, the early game on CBS. And wow, we were all drunk. We had
no, not you.
We all got drunk in the morning. It's like, wait,
sure, not you,
not me. And we ran on the field. It was incredible because this was a big game to beat a rival UCLA. There used to be the Pac-10, the Pac-12. That's no longer. Yeah, I'm excited for football.
Me too. Well, when I grew up in LA, and you're different because all my friends either were UCLA or USC. So you liked UCLA basketball and USA football. So you're a homer because they were both great back in the 70s and 80s with Wooden. Now, I will tell you about that USC game. I hated USC, but I love Pat Hayden. That was the quarterback of that team. They had two wide receivers. John McKay was the coach. His kid, J.K. and Shelton Diggs. Remember that?
Yeah.
And the quarterback of Notre Dame was Tom Clements, who played many years in Canada. And I remember SC was down 24-6 and won the game 55-24. I mean, I've never seen a team score like 45, whatever, you do the math, I'm bad at math, 48 points, 49 points, 7 touchdowns. I remember that game, and even though I couldn't stand USC, I couldn't stand Notre Dame more. So, all right, let's move to baseball. What?
But you never know how a game can turn around on one play. Yeah. That's how it is. This one play with Anthony Davis turned the whole thing around. A hit in baseball, basketball, in the NBA. You're down by 12. All of a sudden, you hit 3 3-pointers like Reggie. Remember Reggie Miller against the Knicks in Madison Square Garden.
Who did he do that to? Remember? Spike Lee. Spike Lee's on the court, and he turns to him and goes, it's fucking great.
That's what I like. Personality in sports. Not just play the game. I want to hear. I love when they mic these guys. I want to hear what they're saying because I was on the when I was about 11. My dad, I don't even know how he found the tickets. We were on the court, and I heard them go, "Mother effer, get out! I'm gonna be with your mother today. I'm gonna be with your wife today. You have nothing to do about it. She loves me." And then the guy gets so pissed, trying to get him, pushes buttons, get in a fight. That's what people want to hear. They want to see what's behind the curtain. In Hollywood, in life, in sports, people want to be on the court.
They do. Well, that's the one thing, especially your sport. I had the pleasure of sitting courtside for a UCLA game, a Laker game, and they're cursing each other. You're right. they're bad mouthing their mouth, and it gets ugly. And you're right there. It's the closest you're going to be in a sporting event is being on the court for a basketball game, and people know that. But you talk about being mic'd. I want to fix baseball, and I figured out how to do it because baseball is lagging in ratings again.
Yeah.
Back not so long ago, before instant replay, managers were allowed to go out and argue a call. And the greatest ever, and YouTube gave me the rights to do this, was Earl Weaver, the Hall of Fame manager of the Baltimore Orioles. I'm going to give you a little bit of a video, and I'll shut it because I don't want it to go so long, about this guy arguing. Eddie Murray, who played for the Dodgers, was called out at second base. Here's the great Earl Weaver, and this is what baseball needs to juice it up. Talk about being mic'd up. This is real.
Behind the rubber. He's got to go behind. He did not go behind the rubber. For me, he did. Listen to him. He did not. Oh, hey, listen to him, Eddie. Oh, that's bull. Behind the rubber. Oh, bullshit. Bullshit yourself. You're here, and this crew is here just to fuck us. Yeah. Boom. That's good. That's great. And you shut it. Ah, you shit. You've been great to get me out of here. Oh, you run yourself, Earl. You run yourself. You hit me? Yeah, because you put your finger on me. I'm glad you hit me. That's right. You're here for one goddamn specific reason. What's that, Earl? To fuck us. Oh, you're full of shit. Fuck you. Goddamn years and years. And don't you ever put your finger on me. You hit me, Earl. You put your finger on me. That's okay. You're right. If you touch me, I didn't. You ain't gonna knock nobody on their ass. You do it again and I'll knock you right in your nose. I didn't touch you. You pushed your finger. I did not. No, you're lying. Goddamn it. You're lying. No, you are. You are lying. You're a big liar if you are a liar, Earl. You are a liar. You are.
Phenomenal.
Fantastic. That's what I want to hear in every game. And you know what's great about that? Those two probably had a beer after the game. You know, I mean, you don't understand. I'm a theatric guy. He has to go out there and do that for the fans. You know what I'm saying? People say, oh, he just sat in the dugout and did nothing. You go out there, you throw the hat, you put the dirt on the home plate, you know, that all that stuff. But I think it's fantastic. And I agree with you. We got to bring that back, not an edited version during the game. I like when they talk to the players, you know, they all have, they have an earplug in there and they ask them questions because that brings it to another level. But boy, I would solve baseball less games. 162 is too many games. What do you think?
Never going to happen because of the money they make. The players will never go for it. They won't go for a salary cap.
Yeah.
Baseball is like what's going on in Vegas right now. It's just because when you're charging $30 a drink and you're charging $30 for parking above what you're paying $200 a room, baseball is doing the same thing. It's choking itself. But you're 1,000% right. That is drama. That's 40 years ago. Fans can't hear that 40 years ago. But that language, they went on. And you're right. A lot of it is okay afterwards have a beer. But those two, Bill Howler and Earl Weaver, couldn't stand each other. He always thought, whenever this guy's calling balls and strikes or doing a game, you're going to try and screw me. And he said that in one of his books that he wrote. He couldn't stand the guy. I mean, look, there's officials that Al Davis could not stand Walt Coleman. He's the guy that, remember the tuck rule game where Brady fumbled and they called it the thing? Yes. Al Davis went to the league and said, if he ever calls a game again, we're going to forfeit because it was one call. And there are, but you're right. It is theatrical and stuff like that. Hey, real quick, football season's in full swing, and we're doing a survival pool like every other bar is at Chuck's Tavern. I'm going to give you two teams that I think are your best bets. I'm going to do this every week on the show, and Brad's going to get. I looked at all the games. I think that, and there's no point spread on this. I think the Denver Broncos are going to beat the Tennessee Titans in Denver, and I think the Arizona Cardinals are going to beat the New Orleans Saints in Arizona. Every other game I wouldn't touch. What about you? You think any ideas about week one? I don't know if you've looked at it yet.
Yeah. I love the Raiders. My two teams are the Raiders, because I love the underdog, and Buffalo Bills. Watch out for Buffalo. I watched Hard Knocks. It was really, really good. See, what's great about Hard Knocks is they mic everybody, and they're, guys scratching his nuts when he's going taking a piss. they can get the scratch. You know what I'm saying? Who can we all are the same. We all put our pants on the same. We all make a poo-poo and a pee-pee and have a pimple on our ass. Well, you have a big pimple on your face there.
Right here.
But no,
My pimple.
People want to see this stuff. I'm telling you, and it's very important to bring that back. You know, this politically correct stuff and all this other stuff. Listen, I want to make sure that people are happy. I don't like when people make fun of each other in a bad way. Like as a comedian, I'm up here. I don't dig down here. And if I upset somebody, I apologize and move on. But people want to hear stuff that you're thinking. I say stuff that you're thinking, but you don't have the balls to say it. I say it because it's real and it's entertaining.
All right. Before we finish our sports segment,
thanks.
Here's my two sleeper teams in the AFC and the NFC. These are two teams that no one is predicting to do anything. I'm a homer in the AFC. Okay. I like the Jacksonville Jaguars to make a run at the playoffs and the Las Vegas Raiders. Okay. In the NFC, don't laugh. I like the Arizona Cardinals. Okay. Love the Arizona Cardinals and the Bears. I think the Bears are going to take a step up, which means when I say sleeper teams, those 4 teams are teams that had losing records, 6 games of 1 or less, and make the playoffs. You saw it last year. 2 teams did it. Actually, 3. Denver, the Chargers, and the Washington Commanders all had lousy records, and they made the playoffs. That's my take on the NFL going into week 1.
I like it. I mean, I love the Raiders are due. They've been building for years. Dallas, forget about Dallas. And also, you know, Dallas, I love Dak Shepard. He is not Jack Shepard. He's a comedian actor. But Dax is a great quarterback, but one injury changed everything. Remember, he blew out his knee or his Achilles or something.
Who are you talking about?
The quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys.
His name is Dak, not Dax.
Oh, it's
Dak, D-A-K.
D-A-K.
Yeah.
Dak.
You're thinking about Dax Shepard.
Yeah, Dax Shepard.
You're thinking about the actor that's in love with, that's married to Kirsten Bell that you have a crush on. That's
right.
You know,
exactly.
you got you and your.
No, I think Dak is going to be great, but again, it's an injury. If those boys don't protect him, I'm telling you, they want to get these quarterbacks out of there. They make so much money. They get all the accolades. They all, you know, they're the star of the show. And these guys who are in the trenches, man, they go, fuck that. I'm going to get him now. And I don't want to hurt him, but if I hurt him, hey, it's part of the job.
Yeah. So, changing gears here. If you had to pick one president of the United States in all your years, or even someone that was before our time, from George Washington on, and you take a pro wrestler from back then, or even present time, and you had to do a steel cage match against another president and another wrestler, you want me to go first?
Yeah. Who wrote this bit? One of our writing staff?
No, I think it'd be fun. I think it would just be funny because if you think about it, everyone's doing a steel cage match. They have like Pat McAfee and Woody Harrelson are going against somebody because everyone oh God,
losing more hair.
Great. Yeah.
I'll fix it.
You know, well, let me tell you something, buddy. WrestleManias, whether it's 52, they're selling out. Allegiant.
Yeah.
There's 80,000 people that go watch this stuff thinking that it's real. And I just pissed off about 1 million people if we ever get that as an audience. So I thought, all right, pick a president. I would go, I always thought this guy was a tough bastard. He was an idiot. Lyndon B. Johnson and John Cena versus President Trump and Hulk Hogan. Who would you go? That'd be interesting because Johnson was one of these Texas guys.
But it's not a real wrestling match. It's all
it's steel cage in the form of WWE.
Yeah, I was in a movie called Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire. I was in that in that arena, which was it was on Sony lot, and that's where they filmed the last scene in Rocky, way back in the 70s. Incredible, biggest stage on the lot at Sony. This stage, and that's where they film Shark Tank now. But yes, I would say, God, I differ. I would say Macho Man Randy Savage, Uncle Lumpy Trumpy versus The Undertaker and Obama.
Ooh, great stuff.
Is that good? That's pretty
Well,
good.
Lyndon B. Johnson's like you. He's the only president known. He never closed the bathroom door when he took a dump or a pee.
How do you know that?
Because I read it all. I read a whole book about him. Because I read.
Oh.
What's the last book you read that didn't have pictures in it?
The sports page,
Yeah.
LA Express,
Yeah.
Pornhub. What else do you want to know?
Pornhub's not a book. It's a
I know.
website.
No, they're coming out with a book version of it. Yeah, you're going to talk about you.
I'm not in it. So
You're not in it.
hey,
Okay.
Brad, to change gears a little bit, because people are you one of these guys that's politically correct? Do you give a shit if you go to Starbucks and the cups are made in China? Everything you have
I
to
just
have be
want-
made in America?
I like everything. I would like everything to be made in America so people have jobs. Okay. But I don't like all this crazy, the woke and all the this and all of that. I love everybody in every color. If you're an asshole, you're an asshole, and some people, that's their job to, stir things up. And Trump is the master of that. He's a liar, a cheat, all that stuff. But the bottom line is, Obama was my favorite president. Clinton was until all the shenanigans with the cigar, and the dress. But again, he was a good president. The economy was fantastic. We were flying. But I love Obama. Really do. He cared. He still cares, So how about you? Who's your fave?
My favorite president of all time? Wow. Just because I think he was before my era, was probably Harry S. Truman, because to have that decision to drop 2 atomic bombs, and no one realized, if you do your history studies on it, that he saved 2 million lives, because 500,000, easily 500 to 1 million lives would have been lost here, and the Japanese were willing to fight to every last man. That was their mantra. So that was tough. And he's a guy who was a haberdashery guy. He sold clothes,
Really?
and he just became, he was thrown into a situation. And when you make that, like you had in your life, you've done it. When guys are taking gunshots at you, right? You're thinking to yourself, I have to make a move here. Okay. It's life or death. Presidents deal with life or death every day, as far as decisions they make. So I like Harry S. Truman.
I also like JFK, the Bay of Pigs, right? When they went right to Cuba. Oh my God. That took some balls, man. That took a lot of balls. Communist Cuba. Cuba's a beautiful place. They get the communists out of there. It can go back to a beautiful resort. I know a lot of people, older people, that went there for, like going to Cabo or going to, any beautiful resort, in South America. It's beautiful. Kind of like this podcast.
Podcast is great. We are. This is what we do. This is what podcasts do. You talk about different subjects, and you get to know a little bit about you and me. Everyone,
but why aren't you sharing the emails and the texts with me? You say a lot of people are chiming in about us, right?
Yeah. Well, I'm still doing it now to watch Expression. That what they're saying is we like more of you and Brad than because when we have a guest on, that's 45 minutes of a guest, and we're focused on the guest. And we've talked about this. Carrot Top, Tony Orlando. I mean, the people we've had are phenomenal. This guy you had, Gramps, is funny. And come on, the what's the porno star? Onyx Muse. I mean, I could have gone 2 hours at that one. But
Ashley, she was wonderful with her dog.
Ashley with the home spot for kids. You want to go? But Ashley was fantastic. But the guy that really made it for me, if you want to talk guests, was Nick Manning. The 80s
bringing him back on. He just said, "When am I coming on again?" Oh, we got to get him on. Yeah.
I don't think I've never seen you laugh. We were laughing so hard. My wife goes,
"That's what I love about it." He was chewing tobacco, spitting into the cup. I mean, a real fucking redneck.
Here's him. I can do an invitation to him.
Okay.
What do you mean? Was it tough? One time I was fucking these 2 midgets and I got a double hernia.
That would be a correct vernacular. Little people. Thank you.
Well, he used the word. No, I'm just quoting him.
He used the bad word. Yeah.
Brad is look, big time. His whole family's in the entertainment industry, born and raised in L.A. And he said, Fish, let's talk about this. And I loved it. He said, who's the greatest villain that you've
Oh,
seen on either TV? There's a ton of them on TV. And I'll give one on TV and I'll give one on the big screen. But you go first, Brad.
well, one comes to mind right away. Cesar Romero. He played the Joker on the Batman series, TV before the movie. And let's see, Rutger Hauer. Okay, he was in Nighthawks with
Great
Stallone and Billy D. Williams. This guy was so scary, and it's always the eyes. Young actors, young people, look into the eyes of these actors who play the villains. And everybody loves a villain, okay? Reality show, you name it, they love it. Every villain. Sir Anthony Hopkins in Silence of the Lambs.
The best.
He was, a lot of these guys are English. It's very interesting. A lot of these villains are English, but then they use an American accent. Who else? Terrence Stamp, may he rest in peace. Wow, was he great. He was a real actor, Alan Rickman from Die Hard.
Phenomenal.
Hans he played. Yeah,
Hans Gruber.
Took over the Nakatomi Plaza. Kids, get a pen out. Write these in. You got to see these movies. The movies today suck. Okay, and who's my last guy? We got Rutger Hauer. We got that's about it. Yeah, Javier Bardem. He's good. You know who he is? Javier
Sure,
Bardem?
he was a big time villain in one of the James Bond movies recently.
Yeah.
But No Country for Old Men. See, why you're spot on, and I love you so much, is Sir Anthony Hopkins and Javier Bardem in No Country for Old Men. When you're watching it, I'm scared. I'm sweating. The tension from their acting on the film. I can't watch this guy. Anton Chigurh. That was just the character's name in No Country for Old Men. You know what, Brad? I got one thing to say about your list.
Was that poo-poo?
That's an applause,
Oh, that was applause. Oh,
that was an applause. Yeah, so you're not used to that. Let me give you. I got two. I thought about two, and you know both of them. I think you know one of them personally. I thought Denzel Washington's performance in Training Day was absolutely brilliant. He tortured Ethan Hawke's character.
Yes.
A villain, bad, but sometimes you thought he had a heart with the kid, and the way he manipulated that whole getting the draw. Brad's right. Get a pen and paper. My favorite villain of all time, and it's a TV series that's very popular because he's an anti-hero. Okay, Bryan Cranston in Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
He was just as much as you wanted to love him, he did something that you couldn't stand him. And you know what? That's the thing. We vilify and we deify, which means to you, we put him on a higher stand. All these fuckers that are in Goodfellas, The Sopranos, and Gandolfini, we make these guys look. We love them. Oh, they're great. They're great. They're not. They're thieves. They're murderers.
Right,
they make their living by stealing shit off a truck. Same thing with Bryan Cranston. Walter White was a bad guy. He killed people. He was making meth. He was selling meth to get people high. But you fell in love with him because he's trying to do cancer and he's trying to do good. So those two guys, Denzel Washington and Walter White.
What about cancer?
He was trying to fight his own cancer. So he could remember.
Right.
He lost his insurance. He was a school teacher, and he couldn't fight cancer. So he found Aaron Paul played Jesse, the one kid that was a fuck up, he knew was doing meth. And if you haven't seen that show, everybody, wow,
that's a great show. And Cranston's one of the nicest people. I've met him many times. He is really cool. I mean, really good. And he doesn't have the big banger, the big trailer. He drives up in like an old Toyota. He is just really married. He doesn't get himself into trouble. He's not out at 3:00 in the morning. He's just a really good guy, and he gives back too.
I had him on a podcast, and he sat there for half an hour after the podcast. We talked to Dodger baseball. His production company is called Moon Productions. You know why? Because Wally Moon was a huge Dodger back before our time in the 50s. He's a little older enough. He went to Canoga Park High School out in the Valley, and his daughter I'm watching this show called The Pit on HBO Max.
Yes, great.
And one of the great characters, the one with the glasses, the doctor,
Yeah.
her last name is Dearden. That's his daughter. She took the mother's maiden name because she didn't want to use the B. Cranston, and she's so good in this. And
Oh,
you
that's
always
good.
say this: when good things happen to good people. I like I said, I've only had him on a podcast and talked to him. You know him, you root for people like that. But what an actor! What a
Yeah,
range!
he was on Seinfeld. He was the dentist on Seinfeld. He was really good. I've run into him a couple of times on the streets.
Yeah.
He doesn't like you at all.
Who does?
Yeah, who
Malcolm,
does?
remember him? Who
I'm
you
the
like?
only
Thank
one.
God you. I don't think you like me, but I'm gonna get your. I'm gonna fly your mother out there
You
because I
pay
want her
me,
to comb
so I
my hair.
like you. Yeah,
Hey, what I pay you with donuts? Fucking opponent.
that's
Hey.
that's my favorite payment.
I just want one thing I read in Esquire magazine. Was it Esquire or in Time? I read a lot of shit. They say we're reading less books right now, and we're just following our phones with influencers and trendsetters. Is that dangerous, Brad, that we're not using our brain by not reading and we're constantly on our phone? When you read, it opens up your imagination. Someone's telling you a story.
I when I was a kid, I didn't really read. At the University of Arizona, I didn't read. I love Cliff Notes. Cliff Notes were, if you had to read a book, and it was like a small pamphlet about the book. I had trouble. I was very busy eating in the cafeteria. I didn't have time to go to the library. I did what I had to do, and I graduated, because after you graduate, you really start all over. If you're a doctor or a lawyer, that's different. But if you're just a regular schmuck like me and you graduate, get the diploma, you start all over. Whatever you want to do. I started all over as an actor. That's what I wanted to do. I've been doing it a long time. And if I had to do it again, I do it. I do it a little differently, but I would still be in the game if the the universe allowed me, because acting, sports, it's fleeting. That's why I love these guys getting their money now. One shot, and they have insurance. Like Jerry Jones has insurance. He has, this great, linebacker who he just traded away. Give him the money. You have the money. It's worth $12 billion. I heard
12.
Scott Van Pelt last
He's
night.
worth $54 billion. He himself is worth $54 billion.
Okay. But that's the oil
The
in
team is,
Arkansas
yeah.
and stuff. Yeah.
Sure.
But again, give the man his money. He's going to bring you a championship. The fans are going to go nuts, buy more jerseys, do all this stuff. But you know what I think it is? Jealousy. You see, Jerry Jones, I know some people that know him. It's all about Jerry. Everything's about Jerry all the time. And he's gotten worse over the years. And he just came out. He's been fighting cancer for 10 years. I subscribe to the idea that when you have an unfortunate something in your life, you get in an accident or you get a disease and you beat it, you humble up a little bit, right? You humble up.
You should.
You should, exactly. But a lot of people go right back to who they were and what they did.
Yeah. Well, I just want to put a tag on that. You're right about Jerry. Everyone's about, you see narcissism in every sort of life. You're watching this thing fold out in real time in this reality show called the Dallas Cowboys. But I think it's a concern. I'm around a lot of young people. They don't read. They're on their phones. Yeah. Whenever I add someone on Facebook, I look at their profile. It says, I'm a social influencer. You're fucking 23. What are you going to influence him? What's a social influencer?
Yeah, what you're doing is you're pitching products. That's what you're doing. Because you have 1 million followers. They don't go on TV anymore. Commercials are probably 80% non-union and 20% union. Only the big stars are in unions, union contracts to do commercials. It used to be 95% a union when I was a small pup. But now it's totally different. Social, they don't want to pay the money. We'll make it non-union. It's like the information superhighway. There's no guardrails. You know what I'm saying? There's no guardrails to social media and the computer.
Yeah, well, I'm not here to preach anything because who am I?
I am.
I'll be 60. I'll be 65 on September 15th. Everyone come and shucks and have a drink with me. September 15th. I'll be 65. I'm a Medicare baby. What?
I've got an interesting story for you. So I'm talking.
Well, let me finish.
Hopefully, well, I don't want to hear you anymore. I have a fun story for you. Your birthday is September 15th. Guess who else's birthday is September 15th?
Pete Carroll.
Soon to be, hopefully, our producer, Jordan Deck.
Really?
Yeah. He goes, what? Fish is September. I'm September 5th. What do you do on your birthday? What do you usually do? Honestly.
Nothing. Not anymore. I mean, I had a big one, big bash for my 50th, but I'm just happy to have another one. It just, I don't want to. I mean, you get older, it's nothing.
Wait, you go in, you take a bath?
I take a bath every day. You know,
I thought you were in the shower for 5 minutes, military shower.
Well, you asked me what I do for my birthday. I do that every day. You know,
that's nice.
What am I doing? Oh, I'll tell you what I'm doing this year. My son, it's my this is great. You'll love this because this is something you know your dad. My son Max, University of Arizona, bear down, go Wildcats. They're gonna win. They're gonna win the Big 12 this year in football. My birthday's on a Monday night. The Raiders' home opener is against the Chargers at Allegiant, and Max is taking me to the game.
There we go.
I'll have live. I'm gonna take live stuff for our show. And
please, that's great. Oh, what a son!
So I got lucky. It's on. I don't know how lucky I get. I don't know how the Raiders are going to play that night.
Here's the thing I don't understand. I've never met your son, but I've seen pictures. He's like a big brick shit house. He's a sweet guy, but he's a good-looking guy. He's bigger than you.
He's not big. He's not big. He's skinny.
Better looking than you.
Oh, he's a skinny kid.
Before he met his beautiful wife, I know this guy. You know, so does Oates. But what happened to you? Are you sure you're the father? Did the DNA come back on that?
Could be John Hyatt.
Oh my God. You know what? He does look like John Hyatt.
John Hyatt. Except Max would be. Sorry, Max, you'd be a lot shorter. You know, John Hyatt might have been one of the little persons that Nick Manning was talking about. We bag on John Hyatt, personal friend of ours, the original producer.
Yes.
You see the job, Johnny Cocktails, the 1992.
Johnny Cocktails guy
with Sam. Here's a guy that comes on our podcast with another one. I got to tell this quick story. And the schmuck doesn't know how to work the camera, so we had only audio. And the guy's a producer. And then he figured out the lid was on top of his camera. He took the lid off.
Unbelievable. Yeah, he's not in the business anymore. Everybody, don't be surprised. But John Hyatt's a great guy, big heart. And he's the guy you want to be on your team. He's a really good guy. But now he's retired. I heard he won the jackpot at Treasure Island. That's what I heard. Is that true?
He's we talk salt of the earth. I mean, he's adopted, which is great. And I had the pleasure of meeting his mom and dad, and his dad was one of the #1 heart surgeons in the United States. Yeah. So John comes from was raised in a lineage of great people. He's a good guy, and we make fun of him all the time. But he knows how to take the dig.
He's funnier than you, that's for sure. Yeah. Oh, you're pissed. Do you really think you're funny? Honestly,
no. Okay. I think I'm quick-witted. I don't think I'm funny.
No, I think you're quick-witted. Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I don't try and be funny. I try and be quick-witted. So I want to ask you one question. We got a lot of time left to go on this thing.
Yeah. Sure.
If you watch TV, I know your dad watches a lot of TV. Do you binge watch anything, or is there a TV show that you have to dropped on Sunday? I got to watch it the day.
My shows are sports. I watch the nightly news with Tom Youmans and David Muir. I watch 2. I watch, here we go, Orange County Housewives. Bravo. I have no idea why I'm watching this. I've been there since day one. I also watch Beverly Hills Housewives because I went to elementary school with Kim and Kyle Richards at Roscommere Road Elementary School. So I want to see what these people are doing. And it's all based on money. People can't eat on the streets of LA and they're going, look at my Birka bag. I just got it. I got it for $77,000. It's worth $75,000. I paid $2,000 more. Who cares about a Birka bag? Look at my car. Who would give it? I'll get a fucking old Toyota. My dad always told me, just get a car that runs point A to point B. I don't get a Rolex. I wear the Apple Watch. Listen, people spend all this money on this crap. And then what do? What do you give it away? You can't take it with you. I always say this. You've never heard of a U-Haul hooked up to the back of a hearse. buddy, it's over when it's over. That's it. Hopefully you have all your, financials in order, but that's it. Live your life. Enjoy every day. Listen, we all have bad days. I'm having a bad day right now. Oh,
Yeah.
Are we on? Oh,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to say that, kind of like, football. I didn't want to say that. I'm having a shitty time, but you love that. But no, I'm telling you, life is short. I mean, you see, the horrible tragedies every day. It's just, we're in a very bad world right now, and we'll see what happens. But just take care of yourself, take care of your family, and just be happy.
Yeah. Okay. Said that before, and you're gonna say it again, and you're
When
gonna say it in 5 minutes.
Wait, we gotta stop for a second. When you say I've said that before, no, we have new listeners and viewers. Let's say I didn't say it before.
Then they're gonna go back and watch the next show before and say that you saw
Oh,
it.
but does it matter?
I don't care. I don't care what you say.
I'm trying to
no one
fill the
listens to you.
the
All right, wait.
holes
I'm
of
gonna
you
shut.
talking.
I'm gonna
I'm
shut
trying
up
to
for a
fill
second.
those holes of you talking.
I've got a text. You want to hear a text that I
Yeah,
got?
why don't you do that? We've only
Lee
got
Lipinski,
150
Ali
shows.
Lipinski, a friend of the show, said Snacks is starting to look like Vincent D'Onofrio in Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
You look exactly like Pyle with the little mustache,
Thank you.
And so when you
Yeah.
decide to go ballistic, I'm not Sergeant Hartman, all right? Go
Yeah.
get.
I read for that too. I didn't get it. I read for The Whale. I didn't get it.
Okay, I said this in the last show. That's a testament to you, because both those guys were nominated for Academy Awards on the parts you read for, and didn't Fraser win? He won for that.
Yes, he won it. Yeah, and my writing partner Sean White said he came with the Academy Award to the office at Burlstein Partners, took a picture with everyone. He was so nice, and I remember my 6th audition for Darren Aronofsky. And I'm sitting there in my underwear and the lights are blaring on me and I'm just sweating profusely. And I was in character of this very sad man who was very heavy. He wore a fat suit. I didn't have to.
You're losing too much. You're going to lose. I told you, you're losing weight.
Stop that.
What's that movie in 1996? Thinner? It was like a Stephen King thing where the guy gets cursed and he goes from 400 pounds to a skeleton. Well, you're going to beat him in that.
Not healthy, yeah.
Robert Burke. So
yeah, no. Listen, we talk about everything. We talk about life. We talk about how's your family? Everybody good there?
They can't stand you.
I know that.
They like the old.
No one likes me. Haven't you figured that out?
People like you. They like you.
Yeah.
But they like the caricature of you better. So it's the guy that you portray. I mean, when you play Captain Snacks and that little guy, the little person's with you, phenomenal.
When I come to town, do I ever get to meet Jamie, your sister, your beautiful sister, or is that not happening?
Why would you? Well, I know. I
have a feeling she's.
Let me figure this out. Yes, I'm gonna put you two together. You know what?
Why?
Because
a boyfriend. I don't want. No, I'm not a home wrecker.
I need you to see what my family's about.
Yeah.
So you can finally get a lobotomy, and I can do all the talking on this show. God. Because you think your family. Look. Everyone knows who Jerry and Sandy are. You got great social media. Take your dad to get the Pedros. You get the nice thing with the shave. Your mom combs your hair. You want to meet my family? Okay. It's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest meets. What was the TV show with Jeffrey Tambor and Arrested Development?
Oh, wow.
It's insane. They're all good people, but
sure. You can't pick your family. Everybody does their own thing, and that's it. They don't go by the book. That's for sure. Families don't go by the book of life. They do their own thing. They have their own personalities, and that's how it is. But
the one thing I do want to say, besides we love Keith Berman, he's fighting his ass off.
When am I going to meet Keith Berman? I want to meet Keith.
I'm trying. He's fighting right now. He had a bad chemo thing. He beat it. 21st dose of chemo. He's on this special thing where, God, I wish I had the linguistics on it, but it's like he was selected for a special procedure because our good buddy folks has pancreatic cancer. It's a 1% survival rate, and this guy has lived too. He is killing it. And he's going to, there's always that person that's a miracle.
Right.
And we just showed Miracle on Ice. He's a miracle as a person. And so pretty soon we'll start talking about the Nick Pasquale Foundation. Their golf tournament's coming up. They give
Yes.
scholarships to your famed UCLA for underprivileged students. We do Molly's Challenge. I mean, look how great Andrew's doing. His kids playing ball in Texas. We do a lot of philanthropy here. A home for Spot with Ashley, which is so great with the dogs. But I have to say this: the one thing we do that I will say in every show and never get mad at is our love for our grandparents. I mean, you got me thinking about my grandfather Lenny because of your love with Nanny Klein, and I can't stop thinking about that video when you went to striptease thing, and the memories I have of my grandfather flooded back after that. Going to the racetrack and watching games with him, he could barbecue a steak better than anybody, you know. And I miss it. I miss my youth.
I know it's important. I posted something yesterday. I went to see a 107-year-old Holocaust survivor.
I saw it.
Risa Eaglefeld, and I'll tell you something. She is so sharp. I met her in my Lyft. I was a Lyft driver for 10 years, and she got in at the Jewish Community Center. And the guy goes, Brad, make sure she gets home all right. Next week, she's going to be 106. Now she's 107. November 1st, she'll be 108. But, man, she can play the piano. She's got a great sense of humor. And I brought Annie over there yesterday.
I saw that.
Brought her favorite piece of cheesecake. Yeah, just check my social. She's on there. But, you know, I'll say it to the day I die. Call your parents. Call your grandparents. Go see them. Tell them you love them. Give them a hug. Kiss them for 30 minutes, an hour, once a month. That's all you should do if you can do that on the minimum. But I always included my grandma in everything I did. You know, I got her movie. I'm going to chop it up. We'll show a couple of scenes. What she did for me, I'm like, Nanny, why are you doing this? She goes, because you asked me to. I go, okay, Nanny. She loved the attention. That is
amazing.
Yeah,
that's so sweet.
And I have a company now with our producer, Jordan Deck. It's called My Life Soup to Nuts. And I fly around the country interviewing grandparents when they're healthy, family members, whoever, so you remember their legacy in life. That's important, the stories. Oh, I wish I could have said, I didn't know how grandma felt about that, you know, that kind of thing.
Our listening audience on podbean.com, everybody, thank you so much. Our demographics are huge, 18 to 45. You're the people that have grandparents still. I don't. He doesn't. Might have been gone for 25, 30 years. We appeal to you. A lot of people have their parents still. The guy next to me, God bless, has both of them. But still, man, if I can get anyone, go. The grandparents have such stories. Your grandparents lived a life when it was a lot. The life has always been tough.
Right.
But with technology right now, it's a little easier in some aspects.
Yeah.
But they have stories for you about if you were a kid now, your grandparents were in the 60s and 70s and 80s. My God, you know, like me.
My dad's side they're all Holocaust survivors. So I talked to my grandpa and my grandpa's brother, and they tell me stories about living and, you know, just having to leave all your stuff behind and get on a boat and try to get to America. A lot of them didn't. You know, a lot of them were sent back to the camps and they were killed. I mean, it's just horrible. It's horrible, the hate in this world, you know, and it's still there. You know, when is the war going to end with the Ukraine and Russia and little Hitler, Putin? It's just horrible. It's just horrible. But yet again, we find solace every week when we talk on the show, and hopefully we touch some lives. What do we have? 4 or 5 people listening now?
Not anymore.
You are quick-witted.
If I can get someone after the end of this show to go and go on Tubi or something and find Full Metal Jacket.
Yes.
And you see when Private Powell grew his mustache, if that's not snacks right there, then you talk about everyone's got a look-alike. Well, Vincent D'Onofrio, we found you. That film came out in 1987. You looking even with the hair. No, but you know what?
This hairpiece is not. No, you know, I didn't comb my hair today. That's why I put on a hat. But you know what? I'm gonna fix it because I have a good head of hair. But
you make fun of me with my glasses. Look at you. You don't just shave it. You got one patch of hair on one side and bald on the other.
But what I gotta do.
That's a bad haircut, brother.
I cut too much of it. You know what I'm saying? When you have thin hair, you don't cut. Oh man, it's kind of worse. But who cares? if you're bald.
What are you using? Are you using one of my manscaping things to do your fucking head?
What?
Are you using one of my manscaping tools to do your head? Look at that thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm focusing on this, not this. Okay. You have a head of hair. Is that a piece or is that real?
Oh, that's real, baby. That's a real mop right there.
I got a couple of emails and texts about you. People are really sick of this. Okay. You could get a robot to sit next to you on your arm like a parrot, and it comes around and just pushes it for you. You know, it's getting very annoying. I know I can't do this. I can't mirror context. Take your glasses off for our viewing audience.
I can't see that. I can't do anything else.
Show that you're a handsome guy. Take them off. Look at you.
I could not even go to Nanny's send off. We're going to do in a second. Well, maybe I can.
Wait a minute. You could be a porno star, gay porno star with that look.
No, that's all. That's you, Tommy Salami. That's you, buddy. That ship has sailed with me. You know.
Oh, buddy. What a time. Number 11 in the books, everybody. That's Eric Fish Schneider. I'm Brad Snacks Grunberg. We'll see you next night. Oh, number 12 is going to be special on Fish and Snacks.